Today on World Talks, we're here at the Warsaw Security Forum 2025, and I'm now joined by the president of Saab Technologies Poland, Jyrki Kujansuu. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on TVP World.
Thank you very much for inviting me and having me.
Yes, absolutely. Now let's start with a big question. Why is Saab investing so heavily here in Poland right now? And what are some of the major projects that you're working on, and what do you think has the biggest potential?
Okay, that was a complex starting question, but I will try to answer you very good. So, firstly, Saab has been a long-standing partner already to Poland, being present on the market for more than 20 years and having several successful programs delivered, and we of course see a huge potential going forward. And this is also backed up by, I would say, the fact that both our countries, Poland and Sweden, are now NATO allies, and I would say that most likely the bilateral relation between the countries are stronger than ever in modern history, underpinning also the need for working together. And here I believe Saab has an interesting role where we can play to support both countries, let's say, security ambitions of securing the Baltic Sea and being crucial pillars of the security architecture in the region. Talking about some of the programs which you asked, and so Saab has been delivering programs in all the military domains. If I just mentioned in one, like for air, so Saab has delivered our 340 airborne early warning aircraft, which is a new strategic asset for Poland, in fact. And now our focus is to support the Polish armed forces to keep the operation availability on a maximum level. And on the land side, we have delivered one example, our combat training systems, which is a modern laser-based training solution. It's distributed to 5 different sites in Poland, and we now support the Polish armed forces, as well as when they train together with the allies, because the system is NATO interoperable, of course. And just also to mention in the naval domain, I think it's not to avoid, right? We are now also delivering the 2 SIGINT vessels for Poland. They are being built now in Gdansk at Remontowa Shipbuilding together with our Polish partners. So there are several programs, let's say, which are in the delivery phase.
Certainly a lot to explore. And now Saab has signed these memorandums of understanding with both the Polish Armaments Group, or PGZ, and WB Group. Mm-hmm. Beyond symbolic partnerships, what kind of concrete joint developments or manufacturing initiatives could we expect from these MOUs or from these partnerships?
Thank you. So firstly, I would say that industrial cooperation on the global market is really the core DNA of Saab, if you will. But we see that we are not that big company. We're like 25,000 employees today. So it's a necessity to have partnership, and it is very natural for Saab, because we have that in the DNA of the company for so long time. And with this agreement, we are just taking the dialogue to, I would say, strategic level in the corporations of the 2 Polish companies you mentioned, where we also open up now, I would say, for all domains, military domains, and we are discussing all different kinds of industrial cooperation going forward, including whatever you put there, and also we look at what can happen on the Polish market and what could we also do globally together, because we see that doing this together is the only way going forward.
Now, how does Saab see Poland's role in Europe's defense future? Is it just a purchaser? I mean, we're spending a lot of money right now, but is there something more? Is there another niche that Poland can fill?
No. I think both Saab as well as the Swedish government, I'm not a spokesperson for them, but I think we see Poland as having a very crucial role now in building up of the defense capabilities in the region, and also, of course, in the Baltic Sea. And for Saab, that would make sense to support those kind of initiatives. And we also understand that Poland doesn't really look on this any kind of cooperation in a transactional way. It's more about also how we see it as an added value approach for how can we contribute also to the Polish society and keeping it safe and so forth, but also developing the Polish industry from their point of view, and then we try to find synergies. Where are we strong, and where is the Polish industry strong, and let's do things together. So that's the approach we're having here.
And finally, what lessons do you think the defense industry is learning right now from the Ukrainian battlefield?
It's a super interesting question, really, and so Saab has been looking very carefully say what's going on, firstly, on the battlefield, and we try to learn from that. Some equipments which are donated by the Swedish government also come from Saab, so we also get, let's say, the direct feedback to us. So that's one element of how we collect lessons identified and maybe lessons learned as an industry. But we also look on how is Ukraine now working on all the defense industry on a broader scale. So we see two elements of the input what we are seeing, and I would say that one key element of this is really that industry have to work much closer directly to the operation environment, say the end user, with the ambition to how do we make innovative solutions of what we already have at a higher speed to give a little bit new capabilities, but from existing systems at a very rapid speed. And the other element for having as an approach would be that how do we then implement, let's say, more totally new equipment or solutions which were not even there 2 years ago in a faster speed, right? Of course, I would say also that scaling up volumes is very evident in effectors, ammunition. I mean, that's for sure. How do we scale up very quickly? And that's another element. And with that comes also securing of partnerships and supply chains and all that. But also, what is the role of industry, or I would say, in logistics and maintenance closer to the war zone? That's also more strategic question that we'll figure out, that how can we play maybe another role in a new war scenario. So there are many things to identify and learn from, I would say.
Absolutely. Well, there's so many relevant things to pay attention there, especially in today's changing security environment.
Yeah.
Well, sir, Jyrki Kujansuu, thank you so much for joining us here on World Talks. We very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And that's all the time we have on this edition of World Talks. Thanks for joining us, and stay with us for more here on TVP World.